Hello and welcome once again back to the Daytona YouTube channel. My name is Barry Ferreira, and as per usual we are going to be having a little deeper, more in-depth look at the car standing right here beside me, which is of course the brand new McLaren 750S, which in its current form is a Spider. So we're going to be having a little look at exactly what makes this special, what makes it different over the 720S, and what makes it an overall better supercar than the car that it supersedes. So here we are, the McLaren 750S. Now what exactly is this car that is standing here beside me? You can think of the 750S as, of course, the replacement to the 720S, but taking a lot of inspiration from the 765 LT limited edition supercar that was, of course, the lightweight track version of the 720S. What McLaren have done in this case is taken the 720S and made it better in almost every single way to make this essentially the best supercar that you can buy in terms of performance, in terms of dynamics, in terms of lightweight, because this car has taken the 720S's engine, the 4-litre twin-turbo V8, and given it a little bit more horsepower, 30 horsepower more, 22 kilowatts more, to create an output of 750 PS or 552 kilowatts. It's taken its torque figure, increased it by 30 newton meters from 770 to 800 newton meters, which is the same that you get from the McLaren Senna. And it's also made it lightweight. It's been reduced by 30 kilograms, making this a total weight of 1,389, and all that combined means that you have the lightest and most powerful series production car McLaren have ever made. That's excluding your Ultimate Series cars, your Sennas, your P1s, etc., etc. Now, whilst a lot has been going on under the skin of the car, all the things that you can't see in terms of the suspension, the 6mm wider front track, the exterior is probably where you'll find the most noticeable difference over the 720S. So let's have a little look at what makes this car different to that particular McLaren. Let's start off at the front of the 750S, where one of the most noticeable design changes have taken place. Of course, you can see from the front splitter that the aerodynamics have been changed and the airflow has been adjusted to create even more downforce as opposed to that of the 720S. Then the eye sockets, if you'd like to call them that, have been slimmed slightly to give it a bit more dynamic and a bit more of an aggressive stance. In this particular case, the car has the body color all around the eye sockets. This of course can be changed to create carbon should you wish to have that as an option. Now let's move over to the rear of the 750S Spider, and one of the more prominent design changes is the addition of this new centrally mounted exhaust pipe, as opposed to the 720S, which had a pipe mounted on either side of the rear of the car. Another big addition, and I say big because this rear wing is massive. It's got a 20% greater surface area than that of the 720S, and this rear wing has been taken from the 765 LT, McLaren's track-focused limited edition supercar of the 720S. And that design language, the aerodynamic inspiration, has filtered down from the 765 through to the 750S to give it an overall more dynamic, more aggressive stance when standing still and of course driving on the road as well. Welcome to the interior of the 750S Spider. Now we should probably have a look, before we get into the interior of the car, at the exterior specification of this particular vehicle. Now the 750S Spider, which as it happens is one of the first cars to reach a dealer globally, is spec'd in McLaren Orange, a wonderfully bright McLaren color, which I think every McLaren really needs, as opposed to your blacks and your whites and your grays. It's really nice to see a really vivid specification of the car. This car also has the diamond turned wheels, the new wheels that come with the 750S, and of course various carbon fiber options, such as here in the center binnacle, on the side pillars, the A pillars of the car, as well as all around the exterior of the vehicle as well. But moving into the interior, and it pops just as much as the exterior of the car. We've got the McLaren Orange interior inserts surrounded on the driver's side of the car, as well as the passenger side, as well as right throughout the interior on the side panels of the doors, through here on the center console, and in terms of the McLaren Orange stitching as well, to make it a car that is very, very difficult to miss out on the road. But one of the most notable upgrades of the 750S is this new center screen. Now this was first introduced in the Artura, and we have it here as well, whereas usually you would have your active dynamics panel here around the center console. Over here it is essentially mounted on the screen. So the motivation behind that is so that the driver doesn't have to take his or her hands off of the wheel when changing the active dynamics panel, meaning the handling and the powertrain modes from comfort, sport and track. They can just do it whilst essentially toggling through holding the steering wheel. But in addition to that, we've got this fantastic brushed aluminium here for the paddle shifters here on the steering wheel, as well as on the center console. It's all very tactile, very quality feel that McLaren have put into this 750S. Now another cool little addition to the 750S is this Kiwi button. Now for those of you who do not know, Bruce McLaren, the founder of McLaren Automotive, was indeed born in New Zealand, and that's hence why the Kiwi connection is there. But the reason that this particular button is here is it's essentially a pre-selected drive mode configuration. So if you would like your handling to be in comfort but your powertrain to be in track, then you just select that on your dashboard over here, and then you press and hold the Kiwi button, and then every time you press that Kiwi button, it'll go to that pre-selected drive mode configuration. And there we have it, a brief overview of this brand new supercar from McLaren, the 750S, which is now available in South Africa through McLaren Johannesburg. Should you have any more questions or information that you need about this particular car, make sure you use the contact information using the description down below. But until next time, bye bye.